So, for extreme starters, per usual, nowadays when I make these, I'm driving, and it's raining. So if you happen to hear that noise in the background, it's just the rain hitting my windshield. Hopefully you don't hear it though, and it doesn't ruin this cast at all. But if you hear it, my bad. Anyhow, you saw the title, so you already know what this is going to be about. I'm going to be talking about politics. Not really politics, just the presidential options and just throwing out what I think about things. So, here's what else. It's going to kind of jump around a tiny little bit, but in the end, it'll all come together and work out. Okay, so, for starters, I mean, I guess fundamentally you could say we really haven't had very good very good presidential nominees. The Democrats specifically have had terrible options. And, you know, we had Trump last time, which seemed goofy, but, you know, compared to Hillary, I mean, let's just dive into that right now. So for starters, everybody, let's not say everybody, because she didn't win, so clearly not everybody, but the loudmouth liberal majority wanted Hillary to win so badly. And it's like, why? Because she's a woman? I'm pretty sure that is the only reason they wanted her to win, because she's a female. I mean, I even saw a video. It's part of a Michael Moore documentary, one of his documentaries. What is it, Fahrenheit 11/9? Yeah. And it shows a little video clip for like 5-6 seconds long of a woman who's like, I just got the chance to vote for a woman. And she's crying, and it's like, okay, I don't think you should be voting. I think you need to be going to see a psychiatrist. You clearly have issues. One, because you're stupid. You voted for somebody only because of her gender. Okay. And two, why are you crying over that? Are you serious? This isn't 1919 when suffragist stuff was going on. Like, what? Anyway, though, but yeah, that's super terrible reasoning to want to vote for somebody and want somebody to be your president because they're a female. Wow! The ironic part, too, is the stupid liberal left side people are all about, oh, we need to not think about gender and gender fluidity and trans people and and all this obnoxious, nonsensical trash. And yet here you are, though, voting for someone because they're a female. It's like, oh, okay. Makes sense. You're really following your ideals to a T. But anyways, let's look at what she did, okay? If you're going to actually try to get any type of actual validation, there you go. I don't know why I'm having a hard time saying that. But anyways, if you're going to try to get any real validation to vote for her, let's see. So she's famous for her email thing, which I don't understand that in the grand scheme. Like, okay, I get it. She had a private server, tons of emails on it, and then deleted them all. It is kind of suspicious and weird, the whole entire thing. So it's like, well, I guess what was on them, but at the same time, what really could be on them? Unless she's got like some super hardcore weird stuff like this Jeffrey Epstein crap going on and hiding it, then it's like, what do you really got, though? Whatever. But still, she's famous for that scandal. And then Benghazi. Her one mission that she had, and she completely screwed that up. So let's put it this way. You think somebody that can't even handle one mission can handle a whole country? Yeah, I don't know about that. And then, let's keep this in mind too. How did she even get to where she's at? Oh, because she was riding on the coattails of her husband. If Bill never went into politics, never became president, never any of that, she would have never gotten where she's at. She just got to ride on those coattails. She had a lot going from her for that too. One, she had the coattails of, well, obviously he's a former president, so boom, I'm a former first lady, boom, hook me up. It's kind of like Michelle Obama, how she's got all this crap going, but it's like, yeah, you're just riding on the coattails of your husband. You didn't do any of this yourself. No one would care normally. But, oh, I'm the former first lady. People care about me now. Anyhow, though. So one, that's for Hillary. And the second thing for Hillary is, you know, how Bill cheated on her. That possibly worked in her favor. People that maybe felt bad and were like, oh, poor Hillary. Oh, but she's such a brave soul to stick it out and stay with him despite that. And so it almost like gave her like those stupid sentimental brownie point things with, me, I don't think that way, but a lot of idiots do. That's why liberals are a thing. But anyways, yeah, so there's a great presidential option right there. Oof. And then you had Trump. Okay, so Trump I know seems goofy. He had nothing to do with politics. That's about it. But here's the thing that, compared to Hillary, made him far superior. And it's that, one, so politicians like to become president because that's the highest position you can have in politics. That's like being the CEO of a company. You work your way up and you start out as, engineer, and you work your way up to director of engineering. Then you work your way up to global something, and then you're a VP, and then boom, yes, I'm the CEO now, sweet. You work your way up. Well, that's like what being the president is. You start out as a selectman, you move up to a mayor, you move up to a House of Reps, you get in to be a senator, then you're a VP, and then boom, I'm the president. For Trump, though, that wasn't the case. He just saw the country was being run like crap and was like, if there's anybody that's going to do anything, or no, he was more or less like, there's no point in complaining about this with my friends and family, I might as well try to do something about it. So he did. And he won. So one right there, that's like, you know what I mean? There's a different set of ideologies between a politician running who just wants the highest position because, that's just, yeah, I made it, successful. Versus somebody who's like, man, there's problems and I gotta fix these. You know what I mean? Like, he did it out of being like a patriot or a nationalist or whatever you want to say. Where politicians, it's just a job. So right there, that's a huge plus for him. Secondly, I know it's not political, but look at his life and his career and what he achieved. A lot of people make fun because he got $1 million loan from his dad, but still, he turned $1 million into a multi-billion. How many other people would be able to do that? He made his name into an empire. Like, he's got his real estate. He was host of the Apprentice. Does he own or he part owns or something? The Miss America pageant. I know that's kind of weird, but still, it's something under the belt. There's successes in his career. Versus, like I said about Hillary, her two most famous acts are failures. So, again, like, he did this, he turned $1 million into $1 billion. So don't you think that could potentially be great for somebody running your country? Maybe turn around the national debt or something, create tons of jobs or something cool just from their ability with their own personal self. I don't know, do you really want a failure as a president or someone who's driven and wants to do this for a reason and have success? So, that was the 2016 election. Now, fast forward a tiny bit, we're going to jump back to Barack's days in a second, but for now we'll jump forward. So now you got Trump versus Biden. And it's like, how should I do this? Maybe I'll just talk about them right now. I was going to jump back, but I can't think of a proper transition. So now you got Trump versus Biden. All right. You got all these retards that want to vote, that want Biden to win. And again, it's just as weak as it was in 2016. 2016, it was, Hillary's the woman. Ah! Now it's, Biden's not Trump. Ah! And it's like, for one, Biden's been in politics, what is it, 47 years I've been hearing? And what has he seriously done? Nothing. His best thing he's achieved so far is he made it to be VP under Obama. But what did he even do as VP? Nothing. Now, I get it. VP is more or less just like a ceremonial position. You really do nothing. You're just there in case the president dies or gets killed. But it still has a potential. One VP that actually did capitalize on his position was Dick Cheney. I know most people don't know this because, it's kept secret. You see Bush. So he looks like the front runner, blah, blah, blah. But behind the scenes, Dick actually did a lot. But anyhow, what did Biden do? Nothing. Just kind of hung out, stood in the background while Barack talked. So he's had all this time, though, to build up a solid career and make a name for himself and prove himself worthy to be president. And he hasn't. And the more goofy part is, this guy's been trying to be the president since, like, the mid to late 80s. There's got to be a reason why he keeps losing. Like, how do you start running for president in, like, 87, and now it's 2020 and you're still trying? Like, just give up at this point. You know what I mean? Like, when you were younger and more fit for the job, you couldn't win and do it. You think now that you're going to be 80 or octogenarian, now you think it's a great time to still try? Just give up. Your time's over for that. Nobody wants you. You haven't won yet. Like, and hopefully you don't win again, because you really shouldn't, which I'll get into in a minute. But anyways, yeah, I guess we'll get into it now. It's not a minute, actually, because my next topic is... It doesn't really shoehorn off of this as perfectly as I'd like. So yeah, so not only has he had no major successes, but it's like, look at his mental state. He clearly has dementia, if not early onset Alzheimer's already as it is. I mean, I don't know if dementia and Alzheimer's are supposed to be separate. I always think of them as separate. Like, dementia is just kind of mild, where Alzheimer's is like severe. But yeah, he can't, all the time, he can't really speak right when he's at his rallies, and can't think of things properly ever. And I'm surprised that his debates he hasn't been screwing up. That's been weird. Both debates he's actually been kind of coherent. I didn't watch the town hall one, but the two actual real debates he talked, and it was weird. Like, he wasn't screwing up. I mean, he screwed up a tiny bit, but whatever. That happens. I screw up when I talk on these. But normally he's just, the shoes are in the tree, and I was drinking gas, the kids, and it's like, what are you talking about? But anyways, you really think an octogenarian that should be in a nursing home enjoying his pudding while watching Wheel of Fortune and Price is Right should be trying to be the leader of a country? I don't care what country it is. It could be the smallest country in the world. You're still a leader of a dang country, and that's not where he belongs. Like, and this guy with his Alzheimer's and all this crap, one, how do you think that's going to be good for somebody running a country? He's not going to remember anything. He's going to make a deal and forget about it, or he's going to need to call another leader and forget. Then all of a sudden it's going to cause a war, because that leader is going to be like, why didn't I get the call? Something's up. Or... You know, and then all it's going to do, too, is there's so much stress in the job because you're running a country that it's just going to make his Alzheimer's blow up extremely. Like, if there was a scale of 1 to 10 for Alzheimer's level, maybe he's at, like, a 3 right now. If he wins the election, give him 6 months, he's at 11, okay? Like, full-blown Alzheimer's, like, what are you doing in that seat outside? Get in the house. Like, come on. On a side note, this really doesn't have anything to do with what I'm talking about, but I hear, too, that, I mean, he picked Kamala. He picked a woman, and I always hear, like, a woman is basically a definite loss. You choose a woman as your running mate, and it's like, you just lose. That's not me. I'm not trying to be, you're sexist out of nowhere now. No. It's just something I've heard. It's almost like a guaranteed loss. You have a woman running mate. Because I guess it's just the trend. Like, look, Hillary lost. Mitt. Or was it Mitt? Who was the one that had Sarah Palin? Who was that? I don't know. But whoever had Sarah Palin, they lost. So now it's like, well, you chose Kamala. You're probably going to lose. But I don't know. That's just what I heard. I haven't really studied this to see if there's any actual validity. I don't know. But anyhow. Yeah. So now, going back to Trump, you know, everyone wants to act like he's so terrible and, he's stupid, he sucks, he's racist. And it's like, I don't understand what all this weird negativity towards him is also. Prior to him being president, he was super popular. I mean, seriously, he's named in, like, how many times is he referenced? I think he's in, like, 80 rap songs, starting way back from, like, the Run DMC days. And, like, everyone liked him. He was a popular guy. Everyone thought he was cool. And now, all of a sudden, he becomes president. And somehow, out of nowhere, he's super racist. And he's, you know, terrible. And white supremacist. And QAnon is his organization. And all this weird stuff. And it's like, what the heck is all this coming from? And the worst part is, it's not even being classified as, like, a conspiracy theory. And people are just thinking this. They're throwing it out there like it's true. So it's like, where is this coming from? Why does everybody think he's so super racist all of a sudden? Why? Because he wants to make a wall from Mexico? Okay, that's not racist. That's just being a nationalist. That's having pride in your country. That's something everybody should have. And he's making the wall so that tons of illegal immigrants aren't coming in. He's not saying immigrants can't come. He's just saying he wants it to be proper, not people just jumping over the border and like, oh, we live here now. And then, like he said too, yeah, everyone wants to always take this out of context, how he says they're sending their rapists and murderers, blah, blah, blah. Actually, no. They phrase it as he says that all Mexicans are rapists and murderers. When the reality is he says the people that come here aren't Mexico's best people. They're rapists, they're murderers, he was saying like it's terrible people. It's not like a normal citizen like me or you, whoever you are as a listener, or even Trump himself, are trying to flee this country to go somewhere else. No, it's the bad people that are trying to escape and see if they can possibly seek asylum elsewhere and then get away with all the bad things they did. Now, yeah, that's not true for all of them. Obviously, apparently, I guess there are some that are having hard times and they're hoping for a better life. But he's still, in that mix as well, are the crappy people. And that's what he was saying. But no, everyone wants to twist it and say, oh, he just calls Mexicans rapists and murderers. Oh, that's so racist. And it's like, calm down. That's not what he said. Did you listen? No, because you're too busy making all your stupid squealing. Trump's talking. Hey, I heard rapist and murderer. What was that about? He's talking about Mexicans? Ugh. But anyhow, I bring that up, though, because it's ironic. Because everyone calls Trump super racist and all this bullcrap. But if anything, the one that actually is racist would be... If either one were to be called racist, the one that would be more suitable as racist is Biden. He's done a lot of things in the past that have been anti-black. Back in like the, what was it, mid-'80s, I think? Maybe super early 90s, he was a proponent of a bill that was supposed to, what was it? I don't remember, but it was something against black people, like specifically black people, and even called them something weird too. Like, what did he call them? Jungle people or something? And it was like, what? And then what else has he done that's actually kind of racist? I don't know, but there's a lot of stuff. Look at his younger days. There's a lot. And it's like, it's ironic that people are calling Trump racist when there's clear evidence of Biden being racist, but it's cool because he's not Trump, right? Oh yeah, and people need to stop hating on Trump's healthcare plan as well, because you know what? This is how I can go back to Obama now. Finally, I'm there. I forgot I wanted to even get to this. So back in Obama's presidency as well, like for the most part, this is what I'd like to say before I even get into this. Trump probably legit has been one of the better presidents since Reagan. I don't know. I wasn't alive for the Reagan days. So all I know is people liked him. I don't know if he just had super good high charisma and that's why people liked him, or if he actually was a good president. But based on what I know, how he was liked, maybe he's the best one since then. I mean, because everyone's sense, Bush Sr., okay, what did he do? Nothing. Clinton, he had charisma, but I don't think he really achieved much. There's some things, but he's more famous for his sex affair. I was trying to think of something funny, but and then you have Bush Jr. Yeah, Bush Jr. Not to be a conspiracy theorist, but it seems pretty true if you really look at all the evidence and data and such. 9/11 was definitely an inside job. Okay, like I said, I'm not trying to get into this now. There's tons of supporting evidence out there. Look it up. If this actually is a legit if that actually was a legit terrorist attack, then that is just super crazy how you can create such a convincing conspiracy theory around that seriously makes it look like it was an inside job. So if that actually was natural and really was a true terror attack and all this crap, then that is crazy how much evidence not evidence, but how much of like a story can be built up around that, because just look into it, okay? I am not a conspiracy theory nut. I listen to conspiracy theories because they're funny how stupid people are, and it's just funny to listen to their arguments, like the flat earth people. I don't usually buy into them. There's only 2 conspiracy theories that I actually legit believe, and one is that we never went to the moon, which I probably had that conspiracy theory going in my own head before I even started listening to conspiracy theories. And the second is that 9/11 was actually an inside job. Just look it up, though. There's a lot of evidence, and it's like, it's not even being forced. It's like, it's just there out in the open, and it's just, you know, we're told it's a terror attack, so everyone just thinks, yep, terrorists, instead of actually looking and be like, hold on, that's weird. But anyways, enough of that. So that was Bush's failures. He basically caused the war and made us in that much more debt and having troops overseas for no reason and all this crap. So that was a failure. And then we get to Barack, which, he thought he was so cool when he won. Like, seriously, his first term, he legit did nothing. His first term, he was just always relaxed and doing stuff. Remember that stupid beer summit? Remember that? How dumb that was? Oh, he thought it was cool. Of course, everyone else thought it was so cool, too, because, Democrat. That's the stupid side of people. Democrats. If you're a Democrat, you're dumb. If you're a liberal and a Democrat, you're even dumber. Nowadays, it's almost like they go hand in hand, but you still could be a Democrat and not be liberal, but it's getting rare. But anyhow, yeah, so everyone was, the beer summit, and acted like it was so cool. Like, the president really should be hanging out with people, having a picnic with beer. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Don't you have a way more important job to do than just relaxing, drinking beer with people? They're not even your friends. Wasn't he just meeting up with random citizens? Like it was like a raffle or something to win and go have a beer with them, right? Not a raffle, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like it was something stupid like that. And then he was always on vacation in Hawaii. Remember? Every week there's new Hawaii pictures. And I was like, is this what this guy is doing? He thinks that being the president means you can just go relax wherever you want. Well, I always wanted to go to Hawaii, and now's my time. That was actually terrible. That was like a drunk Morgan Freeman. Anyways, though. But yeah, that's all he was doing. Constantly relaxing in Hawaii. Oh, no, not a problem with that. Trump takes 1 day off to go golfing after working ridiculously long hours diligently for 3 years straight. And, there's another pandemic going on, and he's just going to go golfing? Oh man, these voices. 200,000 people have died. You're gonna go golfing? And it's like, all right, relax. He's only human too. He'd like a day off. Do you not get weekends off? He takes 1 day off in 3 years, and you're giving him a hard time about it? Calm down. In all fairness, it's his own golf course he's at. He ain't using tax dollars to go to his own golf course. Like, let's look at the big picture here. He doesn't even take a salary. He donates it all. Like, seriously, calm down. It's not that big a deal that he wants 1 day off. Probably not even a day off. He probably went golfing and then went back to work. So he took a couple hours off. Oh, wow. Think about the last presidents, how off they always were. You know, Bush's entire presidency was all about the Middle Eastern war. And what was he always doing? He was always golfing. He was always fishing. He was always doing stupid stuff. Oh, jeez. Remember those pictures of him out in the forest with his friends? You know, he had the hunting incident with Dick. Remember Dick shot a guy? Oh, but that was cool, even though we're in a war. But that's cool. I don't remember as much backlash about that. Then you have, like I said, Obama was always on vacation his first term. How he won, I don't know. I mean, he went up against Mitt his second time around, right? So I guess Mitt sucked that badly. I didn't really pay attention then because I didn't care. I feel like the only reason I kind of care now is just because it's getting worse, especially on the Democratic side. It's like their nominees are stupid. Hillary and now Biden, really? So I only pay attention because it's like, man, these both are loser options. On the Democrats, I mean. So it's like, you need Trump to win. And then after, if Trump does win again, whoever's next for Republicans better be somebody good. Because I'm sure they're going to nominate a loser for Democratic side. It'll probably be like Nancy Pelosi. Like, oh yeah, that's a great choice. Ugh. Just think about this too, man. That's ridiculous. If Biden does win, and say he makes it through his first term, gets reelected, he'll be like 88 by the time his terms are over. Does that sound reasonable for a president to be leaving office at 88 years old? Like, that's beyond senior citizen. That's like senior citizen. What are you doing trying to be a president? God. Yeah, I know you might say, oh, Trump's older too. Yeah, he's what is he now, 73? But he's 73 now. He's not trying to be president for his first time at 73. I mean, yeah, he might get reelected, and then he'll leave office at 79. But, you know, this guy, Biden, he's what, 77 now? 78? Something stupid. He's close to 80 is all I know. And he has problems. I mean, in comparison to the two, he's got Alzheimer's. Trump's fine. He's perky. He makes his stupid, weird, childish jokes all the time. He's with it. You know, he doesn't have mental, cognitive. There you go. He doesn't have cognitive decline. He doesn't have declining cognitive function. Ugh. Anyways, I'm going on a weird tangent. So, yeah. So that was Obama's first term. Terrible. Somehow he ended up losing. Like I said, he must have been super terrible if he could lose to that, because there was nothing that you could be like, oh, well, actually, this was pretty good when it comes to Obama. And then his second term, it got a little bit better. It wasn't juicy, but, he had the situation with Osama. Now, there's a lot of, I guess you could say, controversy circling that, because it's like, well, yeah, maybe he got Osama. We don't even know. He made a press conference and that's it. That's as much as we got. The body was sunk in the middle of the ocean. Like, there was no autopsy, no nothing. So we got to just take his word that, oh, okay, yeah, that was Osama. Just like 9/11. Oh, okay, yeah, that happened. So who knows? But at least if that is legit and he really did get the real Osama, he had that. Which, even then, that wasn't him. It's kind of like the police. If you give them a tip-off for a big drug ring going on, they take all the credit in the newspaper. They don't give it to you. Oh, so-and-so town police busted this. It's like, no, you didn't. You had no idea. I told you. That's the situation with this. SEAL Team 6 did all the work, and then he gets the credit, though. I don't even... even if this is real, didn't SEAL Team 6 just happen to stumble across him? Across Osama? Like, we didn't even actually have legit intelligence where he was. They just kind of happened to put two and two together, and they're like, hold on. So it's like, you can't even contribute that to the president. Like, nobody knew. It just happened. Right? Or am I wrong? I don't know. I feel like, it wasn't super planned out. Like, it was more or less... not stumbled across. I don't want it to sound like SEAL Team 6 was just walking around and they're like, oh my god, is that Osama? But it was like, they kind of just saw clues and they were thinking and they were like, hold on a minute, and put it together and realized, right? I don't know. Anyways, enough of that. So he had that, and what was his other success? I thought he had one other thing that happened in his second term. I forget now. Did he have anything else? Maybe he didn't. But still, like, he wasn't that great either. And then you had his Obamacare, which that was horrible. That was horrible. Like, it seems like a lot of people are upset that Trump got rid of it, but it's like, are you dumb? Do you not realize how bad Obamacare was? First off, it forced everybody to have insurance, which isn't right, especially if it's out of their pocket. If it's going to be government funded, okay, fine, cool, thanks. But if it's out of your pocket, there's a reason people don't have insurance. It's because insurance is dead expensive, and not everybody makes enough money where they can comfortably afford to have insurance. So it's just easier and cheaper to not have it. That's A. B is, I'm sure younger people, they're just not sick, so they don't even care about insurance. So, like, why do I want to waste money for something I don't need? That was like me. Even still, I don't really need insurance. I don't want to say I'm getting older, because I'm really not, but, compared to 10 years ago, I'm older, but I still don't feel like I really need it. I feel like insurance isn't really like a requirement until you're like 40. That's when you start slightly going downhill, and you might need to go to the doctors more. Anything under that, you're fine. You don't need insurance, especially when you're in the 20s. Well, up to 27 you could be on your parents' insurance, or was it 26, somewhere around there, but still, like, you don't need it. And like, it was just dumb, because then if you didn't have insurance, you got penalized $750 at the end of the year. So it's like, oh cool, thanks, I don't have insurance because I don't have money for it, so now come end of the year you're gonna charge me $750 because I didn't have insurance. Like, what does my health have to do with the government? What am I even paying this? What was that $750 even going towards? Was that just going towards the government? Like, that's ridiculous. I never even thought of that until right now. What was that $750 going towards? So it's like, oh cool, so because I can't afford insurance, the government's gonna make $750 a year off of me? Like, luckily for me, during those days, the job I had, I was making very good money at, and my insurance was super top of the line. I had wicked good insurance there, and it was super cheap. I think in a month I was paying $80 a month for out of my check to cover both myself and my daughter, and it covered health, dental, and vision. Oh no, maybe it was $80 bi-weekly. I was paid bi-weekly. Still, $160 a month for that kind of coverage, 2 people, health, vision, dental. That was some extreme insurance. It was wicked good. I did work for a massive company though, so I'm sure that's why they were able to get good deals for all our employees, because we easily had 1,000 employees just for at my location. Never mind the global status. Globally, we probably have 20,000 plus employees. So, but anyhow, but now, where I'm at now, I have insurance, but it's not nearly as good as what I had. First off, I can only cover myself. It's $55 a week just for myself. If I add my daughter on, I don't know why, but it balloons it up to like $230. That's why I don't have my daughter on there. So to a certain degree, luckily, her mother and I aren't together, because her mom has insurance and she's able to, so I mean, she's got state insurance, but you know, it allows her to cover our daughter, so I don't have to worry about that. At least the $230. That's insane though. I can't afford that. And on top of that, this is only health insurance. So I'm paying $55 a week now for just myself, for just health. I no longer have dental insurance, and vision I don't need. I never needed it. The only reason I had vision insurance is because the court order kind of forced it. I mean, technically I might be violating the court order now by not having insurance for my daughter. I don't know. They've always been on top of that stuff and stalking me, so I would imagine if I needed to have insurance for her, they would have sent me millions of letters by now. So, I don't know. Maybe it's okay. But before, oh, maybe that's what it was. They just recommended I said it, because I think I was talking to somebody back in the day when my daughter was a baby and we were in the middle of court, and I said, well, do I need vision? Like, I have good eyes, she's got good eyes. And they said yes, but I don't know. Regardless, I don't need vision anyway, so I don't care that I don't have that. But dental, I don't have dental anymore. So point is, though, is insurance is expensive. And so that's why a lot of people don't have health insurance. So that's dumb that, you know, Obamacare basically tried to force us to have it. And then you got fined if you didn't. Like, really? Oh, great job. Great thinking. Like, did you think of yourself as a citizen? Yeah, I know it's easy now as the president when you have everything handed to you, plus a $400,000 a year salary, plus the $50,000 spending money, plus everything being free anyways just because you're the goddamn president. But think about regular people. There's a reason we don't have insurance. Ugh. So yeah, that was dumb. So that was great. The very first thing Trump did was he canceled that, and that was awesome. Because unfortunately, the job I had, I ended up losing, and so I didn't have health insurance. I could not afford that anymore. And I was worried when tax time came. I was like, oh my God, I don't have $750. Like, I knew I wasn't getting anything back in taxes as it was. So it's not like I could have used that return to cover it. So, and then after there was no fee, and I was like, oh, sweet. And I looked it up, and I saw that he overturned that right away. I was like, oh, good. That's awesome. Because that was a dumb policy. Anyways, though, to kind of get to current times, basically Biden wants to reinstate something as stupid as that. It's basically the same plan, only now he's going to call it Biden Care instead of Obamacare. Just same idea, too. Just steal the last name and slap care on after it with the same plan. It's like, no, that's stupid. Trump got rid of it for a reason. It's a terrible plan. Come up with something good and original, not trash. But anyways, yeah. So kind of jumped off on Biden now. I had something else I was going to say about the Obamacare crap. Health insurance. Oh, yeah. So then there was... It was offered through the government, but then they had that website, which that website was a piece of crap. You try to go on that website, and... it never worked for anybody. It would crash all the time. Oh, server's overloaded. Oh, it doesn't load up. Oh, so it was like, wow, this plan is so wonderful. Like, none of it was a good plan. It was all stupid. So anyway, I think that just about covers everything now. And at the end of the day, the Democratic nominees for sure have been trash jokes. And it's just like, I don't know, like with Biden right now, man, I just feel super strongly that the Democrats are just trying to make Trump win. Biden, really, like that's their best option. I don't really know. I don't remember the primaries and who Biden was going up against, but it's like, you gotta be kidding me. He was the best option. How was he the best option? The oldest guy up there with cognitive problems was the best option? Like, this seriously is a joke. They seriously, something's going on. They must 100% want Trump to win, and there's some kind of weird plan for this, why they want this. I don't know. It's weird. Like, there's no way Biden was the best option, and it's stupid. Like, anybody that wants to vote for him it's just like, you're an idiot. I get it. Maybe you don't like Trump, but you can't have confidence in voting for Biden either. For somebody who, oh, word, I'm driving, and I'm just dealing with cars turning, and it's not even an intersection really. Like, why is this so complicated? Anyways, yeah, you might not like Trump. I want you to Trump out, but you can't have confidence with voting for Biden either. Like, seriously. Oh yeah, he's a great option. A guy that can't even remember his name half the time. I'm Joe Trump. I mean Donald Biden. I mean, I'm running for the Senate. I mean, I'm trying to be the VP for Trump. I mean, like, really? That's what you want for your president? You think that's better than Trump? At the very least, if you don't like Trump, then don't go and vote for Biden. Just vote for nobody. Whatever, don't vote. I've never voted my entire life. Hasn't affected me any. I'm not missing out on anything. You won't be either. Just don't vote. Because it's worse. It's probably worse if Biden were to win. Oh no, what am I trying to say? It's worse if Biden does win because you didn't like Trump. Worse overall for the country, I mean. That if Biden wins because all you doofuses that don't like Trump vote for him, then if you just let Trump win again and let things stay as they are and keep going, and it's, you can't have an octogenarian with Alzheimer's running a country. Okay, let's not be stupid. So, don't vote. Or just vote for, I don't want to say just vote for Trump, but, just don't vote. If you don't want Trump, don't go and vote for Biden just because it's not Trump. That's stupid. Don't pull a Hillary and vote for her just because she's a woman. Don't vote for Biden just because he's not Trump. Look at the big picture. Use your brain. You got one. I know you don't like using it, but try using it. It's not hard to do. It's really not. It's a lot easier than, like, physically working out, just to use your brain. You get to just sit there. And you let thoughts bumble around up in there. It's not hard to do. And just think. Think about long term, okay? Don't be stupid. So anyways, that's it. I'm just trailing on now. I'm basically dragging this out now because I'm kind of getting close to my job, but I'm not quite there yet. And I like to make these last the whole trip. But I don't have anything else to say. So that's it. Until next one, you already know. That's it. See ya.